I'm Joanna Banks, and I'm from Forsyth, Georgia, and I'm running for Forsyth City Council representative. I'm from Alabama. I've lived here 7.5 years. I married Sid Banks and moved to Forsyth from Atlanta, Georgia. I enjoy the people, and I enjoy the town itself. Coming from Atlanta, it was such a hectic life there and trying to get around and do things that living here is just so easy. And I'm a small town girl anyway, grew up in a small town, and it's nice to be back in a small town environment. I'm currently in sales and marketing with Columns Magazine, and I have always been in sales or marketing, customer service in some form or fashion in my entire career. I've been with Columns Magazine for about 3 months, since the July 15th. I enjoy my job at Columns Magazine because it brought me back into the loop as to what's going on in town, reacquainted me with a lot of people that I had met when I was working as Better Hometown Director. And so I wanted to work in this city because this is where I live and I want to work here. I have not served in a public elected office before, but I have worked for the public. I spent the last 2 years working for the state of Georgia and traveling 11 counties and doing community and economic development. So I feel like that I do have some public service experience. They were all important to me, but the ones that I enjoyed the most were those that were done in the cities or the counties that had the smaller populations, that didn't have the money or maybe the wherewithal to get things done right away, but they had the perseverance and they had the community support. One that comes to mind is the Hawkinsville Riverfront project, and it was great to see a community work together on a project that they all wanted. I see Forsyth as a humming, bustling, small downtown, but progressive. I'd like to see all of our businesses, the buildings full and businesses active, but at the same time, I think that we have to have a vision for this city, and it's an ongoing project and an ongoing vision that has to be tweaked. So therefore, I'd like to see our city have short-term and long-term goals that they specifically work on and that we achieve together. Housing is one area that is near to my heart, or dear to my heart. We can go in and do neighborhood revitalization. We've got to have diverse housing for our population, and it's great to have new housing, but we also have to think about those that are seniors or maybe have disabilities or people in lower incomes, and how do we help improve their quality of life. Infrastructure, we've got to have a long-term as well as short-term investment plan for water, sewer, and roads. We cannot grow without that. We cannot improve our quality of life without those items. I think recreation is another item that we can work on in this city. We need something for our children to do, and it's also an economic development tool. Matter of fact, everything that I've mentioned so far are economic development tools that we can use to sell our city and our county to prospective industry. You know, it concerns me that we continue to lose almost $500,000 a year annually with that service. We have to look at the benefits of selling it, going private. Can we get franchise fees? What kind of access channel can we get, minutes and so forth? And if that works for the city, then I'm for that. I think we have to figure out what is the best thing to do for the city. My thoughts are we've got to look at it closely and seriously, and if we can't make money with it, then we've got to cut it loose. I think there's several things that we can do, city, county wise, to better utilize our funds, maybe get more bang for our buck. One is better communication. We need to be talking constantly between city and county governments as to what our needs are, what do we do well, what do we not do well, and what do they do well, and how do we fit together. And maybe some of those things could be centralized purchasing, where we all purchase our pens and notebooks and fire trucks together, and we might be able to get a better price that way. But let's just say with the fire department and the city county fire departments, if we could merge those together, be more efficient and lower our ISO rating, which in turn would reduce the citizens' home insurance rates, then I think that's something we need to look at. As far as police and the sheriff's department, I don't know if we could merge those. We certainly need to look at it. That doesn't hurt to look. And then I think another area we could look at is public works. Maybe we could do some type of combination there. I found my passion when I went to work for the city of Forsyth in 2004. I had always been in private industry up until that point, but I went to work for the city as their Better Hometown Director in 2004, and I found that I loved working with small town governments and small town communities. That's why I went to work for the state of Georgia. I wanted to expand on that experience. But now I have the ability to come back and work specifically with Forsyth. And I've got regional and state contacts that we can use to help move our city forward, that we can use on our community projects and our economic development projects. And that's why I'm running to simply help the city move forward.
Not a one.